Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Are you feeling good?
I am feeling good.
Yeah.
It's been a good season 2.
Any thoughts for tonight?
No, I have mixed feelings. I'm ready for season 3, honestly. I'm just ready to get rolling again.
Okay.
I don't love this part. I like the game part, but this is part of the game, so let's play.
Good evening, sir. How are you feeling tonight? Any thoughts on tonight?
I'm feeling good. I can't believe we're actually here. We finally made it after all the blood, sweat, and tears. We're at the final tribal council.
Good evening, sir. Any thoughts on tonight? How you feeling?
No, great. I think it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I feel like this is not even the hard part, really.
Any expectations? Any thoughts on what you expect out tonight?
I expect some tomfoolery, but that's to be expected. So
The people playing tonight who made it, they definitely got through a lot, and they did a lot of challenges. Some decent amount of work over months. So let's get a warm welcome to the final 3. Come on down. All right, welcome everyone. So, to begin, let's go over a little bit of the rules, okay? So, the way voting is going to work tonight is all the contestants get to have 2 voter cards to bring 2 guests to vote. So, I've got these in here, and I'm going to need you guys to take out 2 and then go hand it to your voters. Only 2. They're going to need that to vote. Back up there where the food station is, once we actually go into voting, you're going to have ballots there, and you'll need to show that you have this little voting thing. Just keep it fair, so keep it tight and locked here.
I'm like, there ain't a darn one in here. And the mischief begins.
Cool. All right. The jury members are also allowed to do that. So the people who got kicked out, which is 4 people, so Jonah, Eggard, Carlton, and Goddard, they're allowed to vote twice, and they're allowed to either give 1 vote to one person, another vote to another person, or 2 votes directly to one of you guys. So tonight, my bit of advice is you're playing for the other contestants' votes. Now, for everyone else who came here, if you're a guest, I'm going to urge you, do not vote for your guest, for the person that brought you here. Vote for the person you think should win tonight. So let it weigh heavy on your hearts tonight. You did not come to vote for the person that brought you here. You came here to vote for the best person that should win this game tonight. So, I think to begin, we're going to allow some questions from the jury. Would anyone like to offer to go first tonight?
It's you, Chris.
Jonah, you're also welcome to go. You got out first, so you're welcome to go too. Shout out to cameraman. Jonah, would you like to go?
For all of them, I'm trying to think.
Here, come on closer.
I mean, obviously it's a pretty obvious one, but I mean, what's the reason that you feel any of you should win tonight? Why do you feel that throughout this whole process, you are the one that should be esteemed with glory tonight?
we each get a chance to answer that, I guess?
Yeah. Who would like to go first? If not, I'll choose.
I'll talk.
Okay.
I think I came into season 2 with as much zeal and interest in round 2 as I did in round 1, knowing that we had 7-8 competitors to go against. I knew this season was going to push me harder than last season pushed me, and I gave it my all. And so I came into this season with the same mindset that I was going to leave it on the playing field every single time, no matter where I was, what I was doing. I was just going to come to the game because it's great. I really love it. And every time clue drops or something, that to me, I just kind of come alive and I'm like ready to go. And I was at every single challenge. This bag pretty well proves that. I just have near everything. If I was out of town, I just tried to make it back into town, and I think I missed one because I couldn't make it in town. I just left it on the playing field every time I came out, and I think that's why I deserve the vote tonight, not just from the wins, but because of my losses and the comebacks. And the 40-minute fire challenge was something that was an absolute mental anguish to go through and stay on point with that and keep convincing myself, do not change, don't do anything, don't deviate from the plan, just keep giving it my all, and whether I win or lose, I'm gonna play the game.
Good, Josh, what do you think?
Well, that was a pretty good response, so I'm not gonna try to beat that, but I came into this game not knowing anything really about season 1. But Joel told me about this idea of doing a scavenger hunt. I get so excited. I work a lot of nights and evenings when happens to be when all the clues drop. So there was a couple of times when I, had some clients with me and I'm like, hey, you can go think about that, that house, and I'm gone. And I'm in like dress clothes, like stripping while I'm driving in the car so I could go run through mud or climb a tree or whatever Joel makes us do. But it's been fun. I just had a blast the entire time. And at the end of the day, like, I already feel like a winner because it was such a good time and I got to meet a lot of you guys that I've met kind of in the past, but just the community that Joel made was amazing. So first of all, thank you, Joel. But yeah, win or lose tonight, I think I gave it my all, and the last several events, I had a great time. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I was apprehensive. I knew about season 1 and knew about season 2. I didn't really join until like the end of phase 4 because I was honestly apprehensive about some of the camaraderie, some of the ribbing back and forth, because I'm a little more sensitive to that. So I thought, I'm not gonna join this and be made fun of. Like, why would I do that? But ultimately, I think I chose to do it because I respected Joel's creativity and his effort, especially his effort put into it and what he's trying to do. So that convinced me to ultimately do it. And I had to decide if I was going to do it, I'm actually going to commit to do it. So every time I was able to do a hunt or a challenge or anything like that, I really tried and gave it my all, and I did very well when I was there. So I don't have any regrets, and I thought I played very fair and treated everyone with respect except Jeremiah. but I still even do respect him, especially now. But he was, my main target, especially from the start. He was winning a lot of things and kind of like the main focus, especially knowing season 1. So it was a blast, and I think I did well and gave it my all. So I think I'm here.
All right, so my question to the contestants. Joel made it very clear that this game would be a lot about obviously competitiveness, but also like chivalry, and then kind of like helping each other, kind of playing for each other. So my question is, can you guys list or name a couple times, like examples when you did that, when you helped someone, when you actually were chivalrous, or when you sacrifice yourself on the benefit of others, or maybe the dismay of yourself?
Well, I mean, the Final Four event, I felt like we were great partners, and we worked hard together. Unfortunately, we had to go against each other right at the end to get that last clue, but we had great team and camaraderie there. Trying to think an exact moment of, other than that, I mean, Jer helped me a ton, because I would just follow him. He would figure out the clue. I'd follow him and just beat him there because I'm faster and steal the clues from him. Yeah. So that was great. That I thought that was teamwork. He would solve the clue, and
You helped him.
Yeah.
Like the fire challenge.
Oh yeah. I helped him, disguise the fact that his string broke and tied it back together with a little string back. No.
Disguise, yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I felt like we all had camaraderie. Like I said, I built a lot of camaraderie with all you guys that I wouldn't have had otherwise. And it was more like after the challenge, we always helped each other out of the river or off of the mountain or wherever the heck we were. You know, we all fought hard, and that's what we were there to do, to get the clue. But after the clue, as soon as somebody grabbed the clue, I was surprised about how much fun we had just walking back to the car and, you know, building community and helping each other out and congratulating whoever won. So I felt like I did that, but I also felt like everyone did that equally across the board.
I would say the same thing. Josh was always grabbing on my coattail going up the mountain. So it was always fun when we were together. I think in the Final Four challenge, just our teamwork together, I think we did as good as possible as we could. I think to play the game is to also lose graciously. So when you lose and you're up the mountain and Josh got past me and he skirted past the thing and just looked right for me, yeah, I was ticked off, and at the same time I'm like, dang it. Yes, he did good. He did good. I can lose, and I can lose graciously.
No, you said I had to go to the end.
It's from there and back.
No, that's what you said.
No, I said
Bullshit. I heard you literally say go to the end.
I think we talked about some of the stuff that my brothers, we give each other BS all the time, and not everybody is like that. I got 2 brothers, and it's constant BS all the time between us every day, so that's just what we're used to.
Sure.
But that's also how we also kick each other's butts, and then we also show up when we need to show up. And I think I played that game with everybody, just had fun. Obviously, I pushed you and I pushed other people, but that's my side of the game, to get people to come out and just have fun. And I think we hopefully cleared the air on that stuff, but pushing each other and honestly played a great game together.
Question, did you clear the air on that?
Which part?
What you're
How he
saying?
played?
Yeah.
I think so, by and large. I mean, you can always throw dirt, I guess, at any point, but I respect a lot of what he did.
I don't like the other side of that dedication, where he's so focused. He takes it more seriously than a game, and treats people oddly, maybe poorly at times.
At other times, I didn't. I think I respected both his die-hardness and commitment to it, and then at times where I don't think I did respect it because of how I thought like focused you were on it. So that can go either way. I think I had a mixture of that, frankly.
Well, when we started the game, my piece for you was he's not taking it serious. So for you not taking it serious, that was my side, where my brothers, I would push them. And I think the push was to get you to come in and play, and then you became a force to be reckoned with along with me, and that became an amazing challenge to the rest of the game. And then,
Thank you, I accept that compliment.
And it really did. Like it was fun to see you come out. I'm like, oh, he's playing the game now.
Well, I would say, I know it. I've been friends with Joel a long time. We've had many arguments, especially over text when things are not very clear. So when there was like ribbing over text, and it's like, who are these people? I don't even know them that well.
Right.
They're like mocking me. I haven't even done anything yet. I haven't even decided whether I'm going to join.
Welcome to the club.
Well, that pushed me in a way. I was like, I don't need to do this. I don't want to do this at all. Joel kind of reasoned with me to do it, and I honestly did it because he was putting a lot of effort into it, and I respect a lot of what he does and what he's trying to do. I understand his heart, so.
And honestly, it was a great season because you came in and played like you did, and because Josh did and was running up the hill behind me. It was a great season because of that.
Yeah, even Jonah, who I was a little upset with before, but after I saw him in person, there was like nothing there, you know, honestly. Not for me.
We genuinely do love each other in the midst of all of that stuff.
I mean, Jeremiah was the target of, like, I guess a lot of my weapons or words of power. His target was, I guess, a lot of people, because he hit, especially from the outset, he had a lot of competitors and won the majority of stuff, so he had a lot of tools to use at his disposal, and he did well with them. But I think I fought great. I won certain challenges. The ones that was there, I lost certain ones, but by and large, I did well. But even the stuff that I got, I gave to people like John and Edgar, you know, stuff that I think would help them, especially in the Final Four event. Now, again, even in that, or the climb up to the mountain, I punished Jeremiah pretty bad and helped myself, but then he used the Uno reverse on me, which was like the perfect word of power, which not only gave him an advantage but helped Jer out. So I helped 2 other people in that scenario. So
While putting me on the chopping block.
I had one target.
Yeah.
That's true.
It was a great play. It was a great play.
Yeah. So I guess that's everyone else I didn't really have an issue with or was against. Very friendly. I enjoyed the friendships that I've made through this too.
So my question for you guys is, if you could change one thing about how you played, or change something in the future if you play again, what would it be? So either how you interacted or how you played a game. If you could just change one thing, what do you think it would be?
It would be this relationship between him and I initially in the beginning of the game. And because I'm so used to just being goofy with my brother and Jonah eggs it on, not knowing that it affected him in that, and really my ultimate purpose wasn't, I think you're a great guy. We get along great.
Except
we
that too.
Yeah. Nothing personal on that, but I would change that, and I made a change along the game. After that was really where I think I took it to heart and was like, okay, I want these guys to play, and I want to egg them on. They're in games, and to me, when you're playing with other men, there should be some butt kicking, both ways. However the game is, you should play it from the top, not from the bottom. But on that end, I just wanted him to come out and play, and I wanted the guys to come out and play. And I think when the kidding goes too far, even if done in fun, that's the only thing I would change. Everything else, I think I played fair and I played honorably. I had a great time. That's it.
Honestly, didn't think that you insulted me much. A lot of it was honestly from Jonah at the beginning. He's just swearing at me. I'm like, why is this guy swearing at me? But I get it. I know how you guys operate, but once I saw him in person, there was no animus or problem. And with you, it wasn't like wasn't even super personal. There were some things you did along the way that I think some people were questioning. But you're direct and you're doing what you're doing, and I respect that part of it too. So I give and take with that. But so it wasn't really personal, just because you were at the top, especially from the beginning. So I thought that was kind of like a logical thing to do. But I mean, I had him over for like ribs and stuff, and we're working on my crappy car, selling it. So there's no like problem here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot your question.
So if you could change one thing about how you played.
Honestly, I think I would change not being so offended on the outset before I even played. I knew what they were doing, but it still was offensive to me. So I'm that sensitive, I guess. And even reasoning with Joel about it, I kind of knew what he would say, and I knew what the answer was. But even just getting that feedback, I was like, okay, they're just messing around. Doesn't matter, So I would change that. I don't think I played in a disrespectful way. Like I said, I've been quite honest. He's the only one that got. He got one word of power from me at the end because of the block on the advantage. But I didn't have anything against anyone. And Jer was mostly the target because he was in the lead, if you can call it that.
I mean, you can. You can.
There's debates over that.
It was a big bullseye.
And I think for me, it's to answer that question, what I would do different if I played again. I think I would take more time to, outside of the game, to build more relationships with people. So like for me, I was very busy in my work and my day job. And we had this awesome opportunity, which I think I maximized fairly well, in just building relationships with everyone, just having a lot of fun. But there's so much into it, like the banter that you guys are talking about lowering. Like I kind of wish I stepped it up a little bit. Especially
you would have joined in. You would have joined in.
Right. But I mean, like, I wish I took the time on an off day when we weren't doing anything to swing by and, take some, what was it, the paint that goes on windshields and like write something on Jared's car and like sucker or something, whenever or slowpoke or something, like, because I feel like that brings out a lot of life. So I really enjoy that, and I was so I feel like I didn't give the game enough of me personally. I think during the challenges I gave myself physically, but not mentally enough on the off days, I guess. So I wish on the off days I took a little bit more time to engage and play the game from more of a third level.
This game began with brotherly love, an audacious act from Joel to his brothers. This game has continued to have acts of love and kindness from one competitor to another, even in the midst of wild battle and adventure. So my question to you is, how have you exhibited brotherly love, putting your neighbor before yourself, that timeless virtue in your playing of this game? How have you kept competition high, yet still loved in kindness to your competitors? Can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Combine that a little bit of what you think you've learned a little bit along doing this. So one of the reasons why I did this is, again, I think it's just fun to just get out and have adventure and do things that you're kind of get you out of your comfort zone. That's why we even do the voting here tonight, because people don't like speaking and doing speeches. But the more real I can make it, it makes it more real for you, and you maybe get something out of it, something different, you know, feel a little nervous. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to make you guys feel just a little bit uncomfortable, and it pushes you just a little bit. So from that, answer his question, but try to keep it brief.
I think for me, even, let's say, I talked about with like Jonah not understanding where he's coming from or being offended with some of the stuff he said before. Like I said, or Jared being like the target of the only target basically of like my words of power and different things like that. I think even with that, like once I got to know them, spend time with them, like there was a lot of camaraderie, a lot of friendship, and there's really nothing, no resentment, no issue. We understand it's a game, and at times maybe taken seriously than it should be, but we also appreciate the challenge. So I think it's great. I think it's established friendships and relationships I wouldn't have otherwise. So yeah.
Yeah, and for me, through the last several months as we were going on and doing these adventures, which first of all, I love adventures. So anytime I get a chance to adventure, like I'm there. This is the one time where I actually got to hang out with other men. Like we're all, grown men with grown-up jobs, and we just don't have the time to get together. And throughout this game, we were able to get together. Even if it's walking on balance beams, trying to balance marbles. Like it sounds stupid, but I kind of felt like we all got to be, little boys on the playground again, just making up silly games, and we don't like the way it is, so he's like, I want to do it my way, and then Joel's like, infraction, and then we deal with it. But I really feel like I learned too, like not to get mad when you get a fraction for leaving something in the car that you're supposed to bring out to the field or whatnot. So it taught me a lot about how to interact with guys again as an adult.
One moment in time with this, Gogger, thanks for the great question. Went over late one night. He had won one of the tapes and didn't have a tape player. I had it. I was like, I'm running around. I said, if you're up, I'll come over and we'll hang out. And it was just a moment. We just played the tape. We were playing the game, but it was more than just the game and the tape that night. It was just a chance to hang out as two men, sat at the table, and we just talked. Talked about work, talked about computers, talked about those things. That's as much as this game as the rest of the game is. And I think the relationships we have built in this. Obviously, as men, the competitive nature came out and we butted heads, but swords and, they're forged in fire, and relationships are forged sometimes in the fire and the grit, and that's how it works. And I think this season, more so than even last season, had that. We had some of the headbutting, and then we also had the stuff that put us back together and made it fun. So yeah, it sucked when you lost, but if you went in, and I went in almost to every one going, I can lose tonight again, get hit again with word of power, whatever's gonna happen, and you just kept playing. And I had fun whether I won or lost that night. And I think that was a big piece for me this season, is just to go in and just play no matter what.
Okay, so my question's a slightly different direction than what we've been going. I want you guys to tell me about a moment in the game that like truly surprised you in like a good way, and you guys can't talk about the same moment. So if someone steals your moment, you gotta think of a new one, okay? So something that like just surprised you or like really excited you, but more surprise.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with the fire challenge. The fire challenge was an absolute push. It was 40 minutes of grueling mental game. I think this season I have come in at every challenge in my mind, not wanting to lose, but being open to the mindset that I may lose tonight. What does tomorrow look like for the game? Specifically for the game, not in life. I lose in life enough. But the challenge on that one was, man, he got fire and I've got water dripping on it. And no matter what I'm doing, I cannot get it to stay. And that was 10 minutes in, and then it was 20 minutes in, and then it was 30 minutes in, and it kept going back and forth, and I'm like literally just drenched in sweat. And in my mind, I got so close to, I can give up now and just be done. I can back up from the game. And in that moment I was going, I can't back up. I don't want to lose. And I want to win, but if I lose, I'm gonna lose winning to the end. I'm not gonna change the game. I'm not gonna change my pace. I'm just gonna follow through. And if I lose graciously. And that night, it just was an absolute push mentally. And I was like, I can do it. And I like that about myself. I just turned 44. I'm not the youngest one in the bunch. And it is a push. I'm not as young as I was, but it's pushed me now where I'm like, season 3, I'm gonna work a little harder on season 3. So I think that just mentally pushed me to go, I can do better even on that. If I can do this at my age, at this point, I can work a little bit harder, get a little bit better in the running department, and play harder in even season 3. But it was really a grueling mental challenge for me, and I was proud of myself that I just made it through, and it meant a lot just at the end of it. I was exhausted, and I was able to do it.
So the very first event that I was able to participate in, because I switched phones, so I missed the whole first slew of clues, but the first clue that I actually participated in, I was with my son, Harvey, and we, I said, hey, you wanna go try to find something in the woods? I think I know where this is, it's at the YMCA. So he jumps in the car, he's like, what are we doing? I'm like, just get in the car, kid, let's go. We're driving there, and one thing I thought that surprised me about this whole thing is everyone has jobs and family, right? There's no way like tons of guys would show up at once. So we show up, we run across this soccer field in the middle of the kids playing soccer, run into the woods, find the clue. It says 180 feet. We search this side of the creek, then we search this side of the creek. And as soon as we found the clue, we got it. Next thing you know, 2 or 3 other dudes just showed up. One on one this side of the creek, one on this side of the creek, all together. And they're like, dang it, we lost. And that was my introduction to the game. And that was very surprising. And then from there on out, I think every clue that I got, that I was there first on, or even second or third, there was always 2 or 3 other guys there all at once, which was phenomenal. That we all could do that together, and it wasn't like, I'm going to do a scavenger hunt myself, this is kind of silly and stupid. It was like, oh, it was so much more enjoyable that we were all there together, you know, fighting, and, you know, Jer helping me find where the clues are so I can get them, and things like that, so.
I guess I would say, certainly that one night op about voting, that was a surprise. I know everyone agrees with that. But I think for me, what I was most surprised about, and also what I liked the most, was a different night op where Jer, John, Edgar, and I are out there in the woods, and there's lights in the distance, and of course Joel has a story for all these things, so we're in the story and we have instructions, but basically we have to approach these lights and not get taken by any traps, kind of a general trap, whatever that may mean. Fortunately and unfortunately, Jer went first. He got there a little bit before me, and he got the pleasure of going first and chose one where something came out of him. That was his brother, of course, or a demon, you know, whatever you want to call it.
One and the same.
But he had to run back to the base, and that was super awesome, super creative, super surprising. Jared got a little hurt, but you know, he's a trooper.
I'm still healing.
Yeah, maybe more hurt than I know. But I got chased by your son, and I don't know if I ever ran so fast. And we already knew what was going to happen because he didn't know, but I was second, so I got to go second and have that knowledge. But even still, it's still terrifying because some of them didn't have something out there to grab you. But that was super awesome and creative, I thought, and surprising.
That one surprising night in the woods when we were supposed to be, you know, potentially voting people out.
Yeah.
You know how you had a beef with Jonah? He tried to vote me out.
I don't know why you would do such a thing.
I expect a return vote for that.
This has been good, guys. This has been good. So, my final question.
I'm sweaty.
This is the hottest fire.
We're on the hot seat.
I'm sweating so bad. We have to take a shower.
So, this is not a trick question. This is just to be brutally honest with yourself. I'll do one at a time. If you win tonight, can you say that you won the game, or can you say that you earned winning the game? Giancarlo.
Yeah, honestly, I would say that. I would say that I earned it. I really believe that. And it's not an arrogance thing. It's trying to be objective and looking at it. And I think I did a great job when I was involved. I was involved a lot, especially from halfway on. I really did well, and I tried in everything that I did, and really didn't try to make enemies or trick people or anything like that. But yeah, I think I did, if I won.
Josh.
For me, I would say I just won the game. I think a lot of us tried really hard, including myself, but at the end of the day, like, we did great. We're here because we worked so hard, but that's all it is. At the end of the day, it's the gracious of you voters out there to decide, you know, who deserves it. So I mean, I would like to think I deserve it, but I know we all worked equally hard to get here. So yeah, thanks for the votes.
I would say I'm asking for your vote tonight because I have earned it. I played the game from the first challenge Joel put out to the last challenge with my heart. And I played that season 1, and I'm here on season 2. I came in tonight with the same mentality as I started the game was, I can lose tonight, and I can walk away with the lose, and I'll come back on season 3. I like the game. The game's awesome. I love it. I think I poured my heart out into the game. I played hard. I played my game. I strategized, and I really tried to play the game as best as possible, and honestly play it like my brother might play it. Maybe not perfectly, but like he would play it. And I had a fun time doing it, and the guys that I got to play with this season, you guys have been fantastic. I mean, it's been a hell of a game, and I've enjoyed it every moment.
So I think we have a word of power that someone stole or gained. Giancarlo?
As the game is always afoot.
Well, this was a long time coming. This was during the final day, right before the hike. But I don't know.
Awesome. Yeah. So you're able to you stole a vote from Jared that gave him just a 1 vote towards him from the game. So I'm gonna go up and write that. So actually, you know what? We're just gonna use that. That'll be perfect.
Find ourselves here again. Giancarlo, I respect you as a player in this game and as a man. I've really enjoyed getting to know you better in this. But tonight I will continue to play my game, and that is a vote for you is a vote against me. Josh, I love you, brother. but it's for you tonight. Giancarlo, I'm voting for you because I don't want your feelings hurt.
It's a tough choice, but I've been thinking about it. Voting for you, buddy. I have mixed feelings about it, but I think you earned it. Even though I didn't like some of the tactics at times, and some of the things that were happening during the hunt, I respect the dedication, but maybe I don't respect all of the dedication. Maybe some of the importance I don't respect, but I do respect always sticking to your guns and trying. So I think you earned that.
One. And that's two. Alright. So both of my votes went to Giancarlo because I think he really deserved it. He fought really hard, and I was kind of split between Giancarlo and Josh because I wanted to give Josh a vote as well. But I thought Giancarlo fought really hard, and I didn't want to reduce the chances of him winning. So that's why I voted both for them. But I feel like all the final players, the three, fought really well. They all deserve to win. But between them, I think Giancarlo deserves the most.
So my first vote is for Giancarlo. So I think he came in, just kind of crushed it pretty much immediately. I feel like at the beginning, it was basically me and Jeremiah and Jonah kind of going at it. And once Giancarlo came in, it kind of brought the game to another level. So I think Giancarlo, just for that, has really got my vote for the first one. So Giancarlo for the first one. Am I full? And the second one was a little trickier. So I came in thinking Sutton. But I think after hearing Jeremiah and how much like he put into the game, like he killed it the entire time. He always showed up to everything. Even though I don't agree with the way he played the game in some cases, I think just the fact that he showed up, like kicked ass the whole time, like he should at least get a vote for me for that. So my second one is for Jeremiah. And that changed from tonight. Here we go. 2 votes.
So I think the first one is pretty obvious, even though in the first season, I mean, Jer was my worst enemy. And obviously I didn't want him to win, so I fortunately won the first season. Second season, there was a good amount of backstabbing as well, which I didn't appreciate from Jer. I felt like I got shafted a few times. But even if you get irritated or you're upset, and a lot of times Jer's kind of like the focus of everybody's ire. He just is, but it's for a very specific reason. He dominates. Like it's hilarious, but it's also just insane how like crazy, like dedicated he is to the game. You cannot deny that. If it was just one aspect of just like the shafting and some of that stuff, then it would be easier probably to be like, well, I'll pick somebody else. But it just, his dedication, like he puts his entire body, everything, his mind, body, everything is just about the game. So the first one to Jeremiah. So I mean, you killed it. Very, very impressive. And I wouldn't even want to try to match your level of dedication. So I've gone back and forth about, just because I'm Jared's brother, I want Jared to win this time, just because he's put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this whole game. There's also a part of me that doesn't want him to win, because I just want to shaft him a little bit. But I thought about giving him another vote, but I don't want to rig the game. So if he's meant to win, he needs to truly earn it from the entirety of the game. And so ultimately where I'm getting at is I'm going to make this next vote for Giancarlo. Now, it's not like I'm just willy-nilly giving this vote to Giancarlo, because he came out of freaking nowhere, and it was just this Energizer Bunny and like Speedy Gonzalez. Like, yeah, I couldn't even believe it. I just was like, we had Jeremiah, which is at the clue in 5 milliseconds, and then now we have this other guy that shows up from literally nowhere, and he has the ability to get somewhere in 4.5 milliseconds. It was just pretty freaking crazy. So Giancarlo really came out of nowhere and was very surprising of how he also just like dominated. At first there was some like annoyance and frustration and stuff, and ultimately Giancarlo, everything was just the game is fun to BS. That's honestly what I enjoyed about it most. So nothing was ever serious, you know, everything was just meant in jest and stuff. But yeah, other than like the beginning and stuff, there's some frustration or irritation where we felt like he was cutting some corners and stuff like that, not intentionally or anything, but still nonetheless, we're competitors. But as the game progressed on, I was just amazed at also his level of dedication and how he freaking just like, I mean, one up Jeremiah. So, I mean, very clearly from early on, it was Jeremiah and Giancarlo. And again, props to that. Giancarlo, you really earned this vote too. So to me, I think it's an easy decision between Giancarlo and Jeremiah. Josh, you did a great job too, but I can't deny the fact that Jer and Giancarlo are the clear, you know, potential winners for tonight. So where ultimately the vote lies, I don't want to rig the system, so it'll be what it is. So congrats to whoever wins, but you guys both deserve it, Jer and Giancarlo.
All right, so I'm doing votes for Gauger. Gauger sent me a message. He watched via live stream, and both of his votes are going towards Jeremiah. And that's 2. Thank you so much for playing, Gauger. That was awesome. So glad you got to play.
He gets anyone's game, but I feel confident, honestly. I think I'm not the best communicator, but I think hopefully, especially the people who played, saw what I did and did well. I'm confident, even though it's a voting thing, so it's really anyone's. But yeah.
I mean, I came in tonight feeling confident in some ways, and just like the rest of the game, there has been ups and downs, and when I thought I might win, I lose, and when I thought I might lose, I might win. I've just played the game through the whole thing. So tonight, I'm happy to be here. The competitors have been fantastic this season, and I'd love to win, but win or lose tonight, I'm still going to go home happy. I love the game. It was a great season. I'm looking forward to season 3. I'm already ready. Let's go.
I think everything's going pretty good. We had a great turnout. I love all the people that showed up. I think I actually have a shot. Because I think I pinned Jeremiah and Giancarlo against each other enough where people will give me the pity vote. And I think Giancarlo and Jeremiah will both vote for me. Because they think they both have a shot to win. And if I don't win, I hope Jeremiah gets it. Jeremiah, you worked really hard, and yeah, it'd be nice for you to have a win this time.
I'm excited about this.
Get the drums.
I don't know. What's that?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right. So before I count the votes, I would just like to say thank you everyone for coming and for playing this wild adventure of a game. It greatly makes me happy that people play this. So as you guys enjoy your adventure, the adventure is seeing you guys do all this crazy stuff. So, but I will say, I was debating for the last like 3 weeks and if I should vote. And I know who I'm gonna vote for, but I'm deciding against voting this season because watching it all play out, I'm really excited to see whoever wins tonight really earned it and also earned it tonight. Part of this adventure has been just trying to get people out of their comfort zones, trying for people to be aware of their surroundings, utilizing the powers and stuff in a really fun way. And so that was exciting to see that people actually remember to use some of those items where some maybe didn't even notice certain things. So it's been a joy for me to watch this. So I decided I'm not going to vote. I just want to let things play as they do. So, so before we vote, Giancarlo already starts with 1 vote. So Joy, if you want to tally that, because he already earned 1 from playing an idol pretty well. All right, well, let's begin. First vote goes to Jer.
Yeah, my bucket.
Second vote goes to Giancarlo. Another vote for Giancarlo.
You catch up. That's how it
Giancarlo. And a vote for Jer.
May I have another?
A vote for Jer. Man, it got really quiet. Yeah. Another vote for Jeremiah.
Jer's like, please, sir, I want some more, sir.
Please, sir.
Josh. Yeah. He's like, somebody wants it.
That was from him. Thanks, Harvey.
Giancarlo. Josh. Jer. Another one for Jeremiah. Giancarlo. What do we got, Joy?
6 Jer, 2 Josh, 6 Giancarlo.
You guys' lover's spat did pretty good.
Giancarlo. Giancarlo. Another vote for Jeremiah. Giancarlo. What do we at, Joy?
7 Jer, 2 Josh, 9 Giancarlo.
Jeremiah. Josh. Giancarlo. Josh. Another one for Josh. What's the votes?
8 Jer, 5 Josh, 10 Giancarlo.
The winner is Giancarlo.
Woo! Well done, sir. Lovely. Congrats. Good job, buddy. See you next season.
All right, congratulations, Giancarlo. Round of applause.
Yeah.
So second place, Jeremiah. Yep. So we have a award for second place. In honor of the Sasquatch, sir.
Thank you, sir. Season of the Sasquatch.
Say season 2.
Nice. And for the winner this year, Giancarlo. You get an official scavenger hunt
Oh, nice.
and an awesome camp chair. Really nice. Yes. Stand up. Let's give him an applause.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Joel, for all the work,
Thank you
too.
for all your effort.
And Joy. A lot of work, too.
And
Thank you,
and
guys.
Matthew.
And Matthew.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. That was fun.
Well, thank you first and foremost to you, Joel. I meant what I said. Like, I really wasn't going to join, but you kind of convinced me. I saw the effort you were putting into it. I thought that was a good thing and a beautiful gesture, especially to your family and, of course, to your friends now, too. So I really respect that. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, so I know I wouldn't be able to do that. So
Appreciate it.
yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and thank you everyone for voting and for everyone for playing too.
Tonight wraps up a good season.
Great job, Joel. Thank you.
Any teasers on season 3?
To be announced.
To be announced.
Have a good night, everyone.
And my vote is based on who I thought did answer the questions best. Alrighty, so my vote is for Josh. I assume you can see this. So I voted for Josh because I feel like gosh, everyone did so good. But I feel like he really just had fun. Like, he enjoyed the challenges that Joel put out there and he had fun with it. He ribbed on people, but he also you could just at times like see the genuine like excitement and surprise and just fascination for the game. And you could just see how, like, as the game progressed, the more he like understood and the more he got into it. And so yeah, that is why I picked him.
You were a hell of a competitor. I know that firsthand from season 1, playing against you and how competitive you were. And watching the video this season 2 really showed how competitive you were again and went all in. So for that reason, you get my votes.
It's been quite a season. Congratulations to all the contestants. I think everyone did an amazing job. Getting down to the final 4 was very exciting. And, but to me it is very clear who won, but who earned it. And so my vote is for Jeremiah. Jeremiah, I watched you give 100%. I watched you just give it your all, and you've been the comeback kid. And I'm real proud of you, and I think you've earned this win. So I hope you get it, son.
Hi, my name is Ian Gelzo, son of Jeremiah. This is my first time voting, but I'm voting for my dad, mainly because of his determination and really grit in the challenge. I think he's given it all his strength every time he's done it. It doesn't matter if he's worked a 12-hour day or really a 15-hour day, or he's had to work with me and Miriam and all our nonsense. He's always given it his all, no matter how much he is hurting or tired. I think he's pushed to new limits with this challenge. So I'm not voting for him just because he is my dad. I'm voting for him because I am proud of him.
Okay, my vote is for Giancarlo, for your strength, your enthusiasm, your honesty, and your kind heart.
All right. Let's see here. Gonna be voting for my boy Giancarlo, just for his effort, because the island challenge walked the whole island, yet even after he got his prize there, continued to run all the way back. So that's the kind of commitment I'm looking for.
I'm voting for GC. Because honestly, he's told me his whole entire story of how he's gone through this, and I think he deserves to win.
Okay, so this is really, really hard, and I don't feel fully confident in this because I think they're all swell people and friends. But as I personally would like to be in season 3, I would like to think about who I would like to compete against, both in a like brotherly way and also like competitively. So I'm gonna go with GC, Giancarlo.
I'm voting for Josh because I know how hard he worked and how excited he was for every single challenge and would go out early and get ready to do everything. So I think that Josh deserves to win.
I vote Josh because I think he deserves it and he worked very hard for it.
Like, it's fun to play, but it
I don't know if something changed in the
would also be enjoyable to meet people.
Yeah, I told you there's something there.
So are you guys playing next year?
Yeah.
I am.
I don't feel like summer's
But I didn't make it over the steps, so we'll see what happens.